Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining today. We appreciate you taking some time out to join us for the workshop on the Kashoo iPhone. Know your time is busy, so we'll get this done nice and quick. We'll be done within 30 minutes or less. My name is Monica Yassi, and I am the Customer Success Specialist here at Kashoo, and I'm here to walk you through using the iPhone. So there's many great things you can do with the iPhone: invoicing your clients, tracking expenses, adding attachments. You can set up taxes and add logos. The greatest thing about the iPhone app is that you can actually work offline, and then once you're on Wi-Fi, you can sync up. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them into the little chat box below, and I'll be happy to answer best I can. In regards to an Android app, as some people are asking, we are in the works of creating one. However, we don't have a timeline just yet. So at the moment, it's only the iOS app that is available for both iPhone and iPad. So there's a few more people still joining in, so just give them a moment here. Just to review, we're going to be going through the Kashoo iPhone app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, you can do that at the Apple Store. All right, so we're going to continue on here as people keep joining. So today we're going to cover getting to know your iPhone. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, things that you might not know about. We're going to create suppliers and record expenses. We're going to set up and invoice a client. I'm going to show you how we attach any backup, as well as go through the reporting, so you can generate reports and send them right from your iPhone. So let's get into the app. Okay, when you first log in, usually you're brought to your home page, which will look like this. At the top, you'll see your business name. My business is currently Casey's Cameras. And then you'll see different things you can do. First off would be the dashboard. So if you click on there, you get a nice visual of what's going on, a summary of your income, your accounts, so you can see. You can also go back previous years and take a look as to what's been happening as well. You'll notice in the top right corner, there's a create button. So at any point, you can just click there to bring up quick entry. You can create income, expense, transfer, adjustment, or payment right from there. You'll notice that is on most pages. You'll see it's on this one as well. So if we wish to create an invoice for a client, we can just click on our income. We see all our clients. If we're looking for a specific client, we can click there and then select from here. So this is the client that I was just working with, and I'm going to create from here. Add income. And this was, I'm going to select my category because I know what that is, and it was for photo book income. And that book was $50. So I just add that in, and she actually paid me in cash for that. You can select your different payment methods. Then I can just click Save right from here. You'll notice that there's a dark blue triangle in the top right corner of that transaction right next to the amount. That indicates that it hasn't been synced yet. So I've entered it in. Now I want to sync it. All you have to do is pull down, and then you'll notice it's updating. And then just a moment, you'll see that blue triangle goes away once it's synced up to the server. Now that it's done that, it's generated an invoice number, and I can click there. Now everything's looking okay. I want to send this out as a copy that she paid me, so I would just click here right away I can take a look at the invoice, what it looks like, or a copy of it, and then I would just click here to send out. So I can mail it, I can print it, all sorts of different options from here. Okay, so that is our invoice. While I was out on my way there to the client, I also incurred some expenses. So I want to enter that in. So just go to expense, and I can just create also from any page as well. So this supplier I actually don't have in my contact list, and I need to add them in. So when I click here, I don't see them in my list, so I just click the add button, and I don't have time to look them up, but I know they're right in the neighborhood. So I can just click on the GPS icon next to the save button, and it will then bring up everything that is around me to pull up. So there we go. I see the bakery that I was at, and I just picked up a few things. So this is automatically, as a contact, I can set them or not. These are optional here. So I'm going to put the category right away because it's always going to be meals and entertainment for this contact. Payment terms, if you want, you can set them. I paid cash for this, so I'm just going to add that in because that's most likely what I'm doing with this supplier. And then I can just click the save button. Now this client is automatically entered in. All the defaults I added in, like the payment terms and the category, are also in there. And I just need to add in the amount. So it was $8. And then I can just, I have a receipt on this, then I would just click the, oops, sorry. Looks like I accidentally canceled that one, pardon me. Sorry, my fingers seem to be a little big for this, and I canceled it by accident. Okay, looks like it did pick up the contact. So it's in here somewhere. There we go. So there's my entry, automatically coming up with the defaults, and I'm just adding back the $8. Save that. Now, I did want to add the, oh, looks like my receipt may have gone on. There's my original, when I clicked by accident. And then to add the, you just tap the paperclip icon, and then you can pull in any of the, I'll show you on the proper one. Okay, so edit. If I am going back into something, I just edit, and then I can just choose from my library as well, or take the picture. So I'm just going to take the receipt that I had from before that I already took, and then I click the done button, and now it's been added. So I click save, and then I'm done with this one. I just want to sync it. You can see with the paperclip icons underneath the amount that there's an attachment there. Just waiting for it to update. Can take a moment or two. And then we can go back to the main page. So notice from here, I can click to see my accounts. I can go into banking as well to see my bank accounts. And then there's the reporting. So this is mainly where you're going to come to check on reports and things. You've got your income statement, unpaid invoices and bills. So that's great to track if you have outstanding invoices or bills. You've got your trial balance sheet, your chart of accounts as well. So if you want to see all your accounts and the different numbers, you can do that under accounts on the report side. You've got your general ledger and all transactions. So you can see everything going on in the company, in your business as you enter it. When you're in reporting and things, know that you can also send those out if needed. You can take a look at how the report looks and then send that right out if you're sharing it with your accountant or anybody like that. Now, note that when we created this, you have your option, you can mail it, or you can also share with your accountant. We've actually created a email template that goes out with that. So if you click on there, you'll notice that automatically a little message goes out to them explaining what's going on. You're welcome to override that with some other message if you like, but that is there if you need. So that's how that one works. I just have a few questions here, so I'm just going to scan through. One moment, please. Okay, the other thing I wanted to mention is that when you're offline, you're going to see those triangles as I mentioned. You want to make sure that you do sync before you get out of the app. The Kashoo app will automatically sync for you based on certain interval settings. So if you do want to check on that at any point, you can just go to your settings on your phone and then look for the Kashoo app. And then from here, you'll see auto sync intervals is set right now to 30 minutes. So you can click there to either turn that off or set maybe different timing. Note that you do have to be in the system, in the app, for that whole time. So if it's set to 30 minutes, you have to actually be in there for at least 30 minutes for that auto sync to then naturally happen. So you can set it to 5 minutes if you're in there for shorter periods of time. But we do highly recommend if you're just kind of in and out of there often, not spending too much time, just doing entries, maybe make sure that you do sync so that you're connected and everything syncs onto the server and there's no differences for you. So one other thing I'd like to point out is our settings section. So if you click on the gear icon in the top right corner there, next to the create button, you'll see that there's some different options here. If you have multiple businesses in Kashoo under your one Kashoo account, you can change businesses by going through here. We also have our help section here. You can click there at any time so you can find out how to contact us. You can chat with us directly through the app as well. And if you, for any reason, do try and sync all your data and you get any sort of error messages for any reason, then please contact us. Send us your database and activity log simply by clicking on that link stating send database and activity log. And it'll zip all your information into a file and create an email that's already addressed to us automatically. Once that's sent in, our team will take a look and then get back to you with any updates that are needed. So that's the help section. I also want to point out in this settings section, the actual settings, which is where you can add your logo if you want to add any sort of logo here. You can also update the business name, all those sort of details. This is also where you're going to find the period locking option, which, if you're not sure what that means, once you've finished off all your books for a certain period, maybe you've closed off a year, put in all your numbers, you don't want any of that data to change in any way, even by error happening, which can happen easily. So we recommend locking the period. So you just click here to enable it. Then you would select the date that you wish to lock it to. So if I chose today's date, everything from today prior would be locked. I would not be able to enter anything against it. I would get an error message saying that it's locked, and I would need to come here to unlock it simply by closing that off. So it's manual. You can lock it at any time and unlock it as you need. So that is there. In addition, you can select invoice templates. We've got about 5 different ones you can choose from. So you just slide across to take a look at the different options that we have and select the one that you prefer for your business. So that's the one that I like, so I'm going to keep it there. Taxes can be set up here. So if you have any taxes you need to charge, just click into the tax area. I have nothing set up yet, so I would click the Add button. Now I can name it. So here in Canada, we deal with a GST, or some areas HST, and then we can put a rate there, whatever. And then description is optional. I can put just GST tax. Oops. Seems my fingers are a little bit bigger than this little iPod I have. There we go. So you can see that my tax has been created and we're all set to go. So now I can just save that and then there we go. So now if I'm creating an entry, you'll see that I have the add tax option here. Now, if I have any additional details I'd like to add, there's an option at the bottom left here to click More. It just opens up additional stuff. If I wanted to add additional line items, I can mark payment there too, that sort of thing. If I need to add an order number, any of those details, I can do that here, and then I would just click Save. Again, I want to make sure that's synced because I'm going to be getting out of here before the 30 minutes that mine's set for to auto sync. So I just pull down on the screen and it automatically syncs. So that is basically how to use the iPhone. We've done it in less than 30 minutes. I think I've covered many of the questions. I think there might be some more coming in as well. If I haven't covered any of the additional questions, I will get back to you for sure. Feel free to reach out anytime. Okay, so 3 things to do today. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, please do. Go to the Apple Store and look for Kashoo Cloud Accounting. Enter an expense, attach a receipt, see how simple it is and quick and easy. As well, get in touch anytime. If you have further questions, something wasn't covered, you have any feedback, we love to hear it all, so feel free to reach out at any time. Here's how we can be reached. We've got many different channels. Whatever you prefer, we're happy to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed this webinar, and we'd love to see you using Kashoo. Have a wonderful day.